lawyers and teams of people, that have that connect, and when certain things go left, they play those particular roles. And I don't want to say snitch, bro, because snitch is that road mentality of saying communication.
No, snitching is
and passing on information. But bro, there are people in every organization that do not stand on the moles, that the face, like Vic explained, we're just the characters, we're just the people who play a certain role to draw attention and make sure, but we don't run it. We don't run the whole thing. If it was down to us, blood, it wouldn't be ran.
But you have snitching in your department working with you. That's what you're saying.
Snitching in your department working with you. It's not the same thing, bro. It is not the same.
Let me explain something. Jedi, you made a bunch of points that I was trying to touch on, a bunch of valid points, but I've just been thrown off. What you're saying is definitely right. You touched on them. I wanted to ask you a question. You said when you'd been involved in an organization, that the premise was about addressing and tackling community issues, and then you realized that some of these people were not really willing to do what it takes. In what form, when you realize that, in what sort of behavior do you see that made you think these people are not actually serious, or they're not really willing to go all the way? What type of things were they doing that made you kind of ascertain that?
I think personally, the goal to minimize black on black crime and violence in the area, not even crime, violence, the genocidal behaviors of our young men and our older men, we wanted to address that. And we wanted to actually empower the youths to see that this energy that you got, it's not a bad thing. Yeah, you are what we call the warrior class. You lot are designed to fight and defend your territory. Yeah, but you're doing it in the wrong way, and you're imploding, and you're aiming the guns and the knives and whatever in the wrong direction. Our thing was cops are the ops. So if cops are the ops, then obviously we're not going to be able to work with the cops. But now that's gang. That's not Forever Family. That's slightly different setup. Yeah. Behaviors that I saw was that you can't be pretending to be from the roads and not be from the roads, and then you lack a certain vibration, because people will see the vibration is lacking, and then they won't trust in you, because they say, these men are just pretending to be bad. We could have done all the gang stuff without maybe appealing to the roads as much, right? But I think it just went against the ethos of what we were trying to do, which was trying to prove that these gang members and these roadmen are actually human beings, and they're reacting to a system that is designed to turn them genocidal. And what we want to do is redirect that energy so that they can uplift themselves as kings in the community. Our thing was this: let's teach and enable the community to police themselves. So when we was having these conversations and we're going to different areas, one thing that kept coming up is, okay, what do you do when there's a murder? This was the main thing that kept coming up. If there's a murder, how do we police ourselves? And it became sticky, because it's like, what are we actually trying to do? So it needed a little bit more fleshing out and a little bit
That's the question I'm asking you. That's the question I'm asking. That's the same. That question they asked you is that's my question. Same thing.
Minnie, let him finish what he's saying, please, man.
Yeah. No, I hope I answered your question. That was it, really.
That was it. That's why I jumped in, but that's what I was saying. That's the same thing. But you know what, Jedi, can you hear me? I know you're listening. Them man don't want to listen to me, because the reason why they don't want to listen to me, because they got an agenda to prove me wrong, so they can't really listen to me. But what I'm saying is this. This is what I believe. Hey, Jedi, this is what I believe. This is what I believe. Yeah, I believe now. Yeah. There's many forms of I've said it loads of times. There's many forms of different justice. Yeah, and the man them are out there getting beautifully serving justice in other ways. Right? So Vic's out there doing his way of doing justice, and it's working. Mega's out there doing it, and it's working. Bobby's out there doing it, and it's working. Listen. Bobby's out there doing it, and it's working. But what I'm trying to say is now, all I was saying here now is, I think we're lacking something, because as roadmen, we can't fully commit to finding out who it was and bringing that person to criminal justice and getting justice for that mother. That's all I'm saying. So what I proposed, I was saying we need somebody now, yeah? We need somebody that's not from that world that can push that. But what these men are telling me now is that they have someone from that world that is doing exactly what I'm saying. So that makes me right.
Minnie, I'll tell we're not going to keep going over your point, because there's a bigger context.
You want to change the subject, innit? You want to change the subject?
I know you want us to stick to what your 26 questions is.
Yeah, that's why we're here. We're not here to talk about something else. We're talking about what I'm talking about.
No.
You want to change the subject to sound smart?
Minnie, you got 5 more questions to answer.
Minnie, we're not just saying by ourselves.
Listen, Mega, you already said what you said. You've already proved me right. I don't need to ask them. You've already said it.
This is the question, yeah? Is the police the only route for justice, Minnie? That's what I want to know.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. Listen. It's not. I've already showed you. I showed you. Bobby Sanga is serving justice. Vic is serving justice. So if I've already showed you this, I'm saying there's many ways of justice, but I'm saying that specific type of justice, getting justice for a mum who's lost her son, we cannot do that. I don't know what you guys are arguing about. I'm just telling you the facts. We can't do that.
We've already moved on from there. Everyone else is talking about the same thing.
We moved on. That's my whole point. That's why we're here. That's why we're here. Don't try to move on and change it. Bro, that's why we're here. Bro, that's why we're here. That's why we're here.
If you feel like you made your point, you can leave if you want.
I have made my point. You're not just trying to say. You're not just trying to say other stuff, man.
Respectfully, I'd rather leave and leave a space for someone else to jump on. But I think Minnie needs to stay here for the duration of the conversation.
He needs to allow us to have a dialogue. He's not allowing us to do that, bro. And it's only so much you can tell someone, just chill out. He's a grown man.
You know why they're saying that, Jedi? Because they know what they're trying to do. They're trying to sabotage the truth and talk about other stuff to disguise the fact of what I'm saying. You're trying to disguise it.
I think we've all agreed.
Disguise it. You're trying to disguise it. You're trying to hide it.
I think we've all agreed.
You're trying to disguise the fact
that people that see themselves as roadmen or affiliated with the roads or whatever it is, they are not willing to work with the police. And for good reason. Let's not just minimize that, for good reason, because when it comes to relationships, if a man and a woman are in a relationship and the man keeps breaking up the woman, yeah, none of you are going to tell the woman, I'll get back with him, I'll try again. Yeah. So this abusive relationship between the police and the quote unquote man them is understandable. Yeah, but there's no way that we can work together. They don't want our best. They ain't got our best interest at heart.
Jedi. That exact same example. Did you not see me make a video about that the other day?
I did.
Okay. So you got that. So you got that example from my page.
No, I never.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to say.
I didn't.
What I'm trying to say is I made that video a couple of days ago. Of days ago. It's on my page. Go and have a look about it. So what I'm trying to say. No. You've been saying it, but I agree with you on that. We both agree.
From you, I didn't even clock.
No. What I'm trying to say is, I'm not saying it. Listen, Jedi.
I don't want to remove you. I've been disrespectful, bro. Please, you're gonna let another.
In that red top, you looking hella bad.
Yeah. So in the end,
Marvin, I want to let him on. I want to hear what he's got to say.
In the end, another question I want to add, because I noticed that this might be a side note, but I noticed a lot of you lot are fully religiously involved, and I'm sure you lot believe that your religions and your beliefs in God is the way forward for peace and unity and whatnot. So why isn't that more pushed forward from you lot? Why don't you push that? Come off the road thing, because we're very sympathetic to the roads, but then the roads is killing man. And then when man gets killed, we're saying no one ain't looking to do nothing. So it really does seem a bit mad, because if we go outside the shop, I'm sure there's people outside the shop today. Yeah, every day we're going to be outside this one shop. I put up a video, of all these UK drillers who have got 30 years, 35 years, 40 years. Man's not coming home to 2050 something, right? So what are we doing? What are we doing to like kind of address that? Because there was a movement, but now it just seems like we're focusing on petty things. Like I see people riding up for this and that, and some people think, it's kind of petty. Our resources, our small resources, should be going into the things that's properly impacting our community. Not to pick and choose, but if we got the energy, if the women and the men have got the energy to be outside in Peckham for 7 days straight, where is the energy for the youth that got killed in Angel Town last week? What are we doing? Why don't we have that matching energy? And it seems like our road affiliation is the main reason why.
It's true when Jedi says it, innit? It's true when Jedi says it, innit? But when I said it, you want to argue and dance. It's only true when Jedi says it, though, innit?
No. Jedi says
it's only true when Jedi says it, though, innit? It's only true when Jedi says it, innit?
And someone made a great point about Afua Rose. I can understand her techniques are debatable, and some people are like, is it good, is it not? But if we really cared about the black women, then we should have done more, and we should be doing more. When she's calling out bad man from the end, from bare different ends, more should be done to either protect her or guide her in a way to do it properly, right? Because we don't want the nastiness in our community. I know none of you man want that, but we do tiptoe around it when it becomes because certain man's got a strap, and you know certain man might catch you on the high street, and you go and smoke. We don't hit it. I guess what Minnie's saying is we're not approaching ourselves with the same energy.
Okay,
Yeah.
Forget about snitching.
Yes.
Let me get a chance to respond.
No, I'm saying we can't. We can't.
Guys,
We can't.
Drop down. I'm gonna drop down. I appreciate you lot letting me. You're doing well.
And we'll see you.
Just and I'll see you October the 1st. Big up yourselves.
Definitely, my brother. Come on, my family.
Thank you.
You know what?